Ladies and gentlemen, gather round, lend me your ears, and let's explore the hilarity, the audacity of this little predicament. The story of those who wish to shatter a soul, piece by precious piece, and then, after their work was done, expected the sweet embrace of a peaceful night's sleep. Let us dissect this cruel comedy, this grim irony, where the architects of anguish now cower beneath the weight of their own deeds. It is a tale as old as time, isn't it? They, the self-appointed masters of manipulation, thought themselves untouchable. They moved in shadows, whispered lies cloaked in silk, and wielded betrayal like a surgeon's scalpel. Oh, how they tore at you, at your trust, your essence, your very being. They dissected you, carving away at the pieces of you that dared to shine too brightly for their dimly lit world. They treated your kindness as weakness, your love as leverage, and your dreams as collateral damage in their grand scheme of destruction. And when the wreckage lay at their feet, when they stood amidst the ruins they had so carefully engineered, they had the gall to believe they could simply walk away unscathed. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, the universe has a peculiar sense of justice. It may not arrive on a silver platter or in the form of a thunderous reckoning, but it comes. It comes in whispers, in shadows, in the spaces between their breaths. It comes as the silence that grows too loud in the dead of night, as the relentless echoes of the things they've done. For those who sow chaos cannot escape its harvest, and no amount of feigned innocence or half-hearted apologies can silence the symphony of their misdeeds. Let's speak truth unapologetically about their choices. They did you dirty. They saw your light and sought to extinguish it, not because it was weak, but because it was blinding to their mediocrity. They envied your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise despite the odds, and their response was to drag you down to the depths of their own despair. They used every tool at their disposal: manipulation, deceit, cruelty, thinking they could break you. Oh, they hurt you, didn't they? They left scars you'll carry forever. But breaking you? Number, that's where they faltered, for in their quest to shatter you, they failed to account for the truth of who you are. You are not fragile. You are not some fleeting spark easily snuffed out. You are fire, relentless and consuming, and though they may have dimmed you for a moment, they never extinguished you. They thought they'd buried you, but they forgot you were a seed. And now, while they lie awake in their beds, their minds restless with the weight of their betrayals, you rise. And oh, how poetic is their torment. The ones who once sought to destroy you now find themselves destroyed by their own memories. They hear your voice in their dreams, not as a haunting, but as a testament to their failure. They see your face not in the light of their triumph, but in the shadow of their regret. They wonder endlessly why peace eludes them, why their every attempt to rest is met with the gnawing teeth of anxiety. But they know deep down why they cannot sleep. They know the price of their actions, the toll their betrayal has taken, not on you, but on themselves. For karma, dear friends, is not a force to be bargained with. It is not swift or merciful, but thorough and exacting. And while they might try to drown their guilt in distractions, it clings to them like a second skin. They might put on a brave face during the day, but in the solitude of night, their bravado crumbles. They lie awake, tossing and turning, haunted by the faces of those they've wronged, by the lives they've upended. They hear whispers in the silence, voices reminding them of their sins, their cowardice, their failure to be anything more than destroyers. But let us not pity them. No, they do not deserve your pity, for they chose their path. They wielded their cruelty with intent, and intent bears consequences. They reveled in your pain, convinced that their actions would never come back to haunt them. And now, as they sit in the wreckage of their own making, they reap what they have sown. And here you stand, stronger than they ever imagined. You have risen from the ashes of their betrayal, not as the broken thing they hoped you would be, but as something far greater. You are a testament to resilience, to the unbreakable nature of the human spirit. They may have wounded you, but they did not win. Your existence, your triumphs, your continued light, these are their greatest defeats. So let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them chase the sleep that will never come, the solace that will always be just out of reach. Their torment is their own creation, a masterpiece of their own making. And you're free. Free from their grasp, free from their lies, free to build a life that is yours and yours alone. You owe them nothing, not your forgiveness, not your attention, not even your hatred. Their story ends here, with their restless nights and your radiant dawn. But freedom is not merely the absence of their control. It is the presence of your power, and your power grows every day, stronger and more unyielding. Each time you choose to rise, to walk a path of purpose, to find joy in moments they swore you'd never experience again, you claim a victory they never saw coming. Your laughter rings louder than their whispers ever could. Your light shines brighter than their darkness, and with every step you take forward, you leave them further behind, trapped in the prisons they built for themselves. They will try to understand it, of course, but they will fail. They will scratch at the walls of their own minds, desperate to find a way to justify their actions, to rewrite the narrative in which they are not the villains, but the victims. They will tell themselves stories of how they were right, how their actions were necessary, how your pain was somehow deserved. They will craft elaborate lies to shield themselves from the truth that their cruelty was never justified, that their betrayal was not strength, but cowardice, that their downfall was not a tragedy, but a certainty. Yet the truth, relentless and unyielding, will always find them in the end. For the truth does not sleep, and neither do they. It follows them like a shadow, present in every corner of their lives. In their fleeting moments of joy, it lurks, a reminder of the cost of their choices. In their moments of solitude, it engulfs them, a weight they cannot escape. They may run, but they cannot hide, for you cannot outrun yourself, and their reflection in the mirror will always show them who they are. You, on the other hand, have no such burdens. You carry scars, yeah, but those scars are a testament to your survival, to your strength. They are not shackles, but badges of honor, reminders that you endured what many could not. You carry memories, but those memories no longer define you. They are chapters in a story that is still being written, a story that is yours and yours alone. And most importantly, you carry hope, a hope that burns brighter with each passing day. Hope is a powerful thing, is it not? It is the antidote to despair, the light that pierces even the darkest of nights. It is what they tried to take from you, for they knew that as long as you had hope, you could never truly be defeated. But hope is not so easily extinguished. It flickers, yes, but it endures, it grows, and now it consumes you, filling you with the strength to face whatever comes next. And oh, how they fear that. They fear the person you are becoming, for they know that person is unstoppable. They see your resilience and feel their own fragility. They see your light and feel their own darkness. They see your strength and are reminded of their own weakness. And that perhaps is the greatest irony of all, that in their attempts to destroy you, they revealed the depths of their own destruction. So let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them search for answers in places where none exist. Let them drown in the silence of their own making. And you will rise, you will build, you will thrive. For their story is over, but yours is just beginning. You will find love again, real, enduring love, not the pale imitation they tried to offer. You will find joy in the smallest of things, a sunrise, a kind word, a moment of peace. You will find purpose, a reason to keep moving forward, even when the road is difficult. And most importantly, you will find yourself, the person you were always meant to be, the person they could never take away. And when you do, they will know. They will see it in your eyes, in your smile, in the way you carry yourself. They will see the life you've built, the happiness you've found, and they will realize that they had no power over you. They will realize that their attempts to break you only made you stronger, that their attempts to silence you only made your voice louder. And in that moment, they will understand the full weight of their failure. But you will not gloat. You will not seek revenge, for revenge is a poison that consumes the soul, and you are far too wise to drink it. No, your victory will be silent but undeniable. It will be in the way you live, in the way you love, in the way you shine. It will be in the peace you find at night, in the dreams that fill your sleep, in the hope that fills your heart. And they will see it, and they will know. They will know that while they are haunted by their past, you are free to embrace your future. They will know that while they are trapped in their own darkness, you have found the light. They will know that while they are lost, you are home. So let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them search for answers that will never come. Let them wrestle with the shadows they conjured. And you will rest. You will dream. You will rise. For you are free, and they are not. You owe them nothing. Not your forgiveness, not your anger, not even your thoughts. They are a chapter in your story, a chapter that has ended. And now, it is time to write the next one. A chapter filled with hope, with joy, with love. A chapter that is yours and yours alone. And as you write it, remember this: they did you dirty, and now they pay the price. Sleep, my friends, knowing this truth, for you have stepped into the light, and their shadows will never reach you again. So let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them search for answers in places where none exist. Let them drown in the silence of their own making. And you will rise, you will build, you will thrive. For their story is over, but yours is just beginning. But let us linger, just for a moment, on the essence of their torment. There is something almost poetic in their unraveling, a cycle they themselves set into motion. Every act of betrayal, every deceitful word, every moment of cruelty has left fingerprints on their soul. They believed they were untouchable, that their actions would dissolve into the ether without consequence. But consequence has a peculiar way of creeping in, silent yet resolute, until it becomes impossible to ignore. Their sleepless nights are not random. They are echoes. They are echoes of the pain they inflicted, amplified by the guilt they tried so desperately to bury. And guilt is a relentless companion. It cannot be silenced by distractions or numbed by fleeting pleasures. It lingers, clawing at the edges of their thoughts, gnawing at their spirit. Perhaps they believed themselves clever, crafting lies and schemes that seemed impenetrable. Perhaps they laughed in the aftermath of their actions, reveling in their supposed victory. But now, the laughter has faded. In its place is a deafening quiet, broken only by the whispers of what they have done. They lie in their beds, staring at the ceiling, their minds replaying every choice they made, every wound they inflicted. And no matter how they twist the narrative, no matter how they justify their behavior, the truth remains. They did this. Meanwhile, you rise, not because of them, but in spite of them. And there is a difference, a profound one. Rising because of them would mean they held power over your transformation, that they were the architects of your growth. But they are not. Your strength, your resilience, your capacity to rebuild, all of these belong to you. You are the author of your survival, the artist of your triumph. Every step you take forward is a testament to the strength they underestimated. Every smile you wear is a defiance of the sadness they hoped would consume you. Every dream you chase is a victory over the doubts they tried to instill. And every time you sleep peacefully at night, you remind them, without words, without effort, that their power over you is gone. Oh, how it must torment them to see you thrive, to see the life you are building, brick by brick, while their own walls crumble around them. To know that while they are haunted by their choices, you are free to embrace the beauty of the present and the promise of the future. To understand that they cannot undo what they've done, nor can they undo the strength you've gained in the process. But do not misunderstand. Your triumph is not about them. It never was. It is about you. It is about reclaiming what they tried to steal. It is about finding peace in the aftermath of chaos, hope in the ruins of despair. It is about proving to yourself and no one else that you are more than their actions, more than their betrayal. There will be moments, of course, when the past whispers to you. Moments when memories surface unbidden, when scars ache with the weight of what was. But these moments are not signs of weakness. They are reminders of how far you have come, of what you have endured and overcome. They are proof that you are human, that you have felt deeply, lived fully, and they are proof that you are still here, standing tall, unbroken. As for them, let them wrestle with the shadows they conjured. Let them carry the weight of their actions, a weight that grows heavier with each passing day. Let them search for solace in places it cannot be found, and let them learn, slowly, painfully, that the peace they seek cannot coexist with the harm they have caused. You owe them nothing, not your forgiveness, not your anger, not your thoughts. To dwell on them is to give them space in your mind, a space they do not deserve. Instead, turn your focus inward. Pour your energy into the things that matter, the people who love you, the dreams that inspire you, the life you are building. And oh, the life you are building. It is a masterpiece in the making, a testament to your resilience and vision. It is a life filled with joy and purpose, with laughter and love. It is a life that reflects the person you have always been and the person you are becoming. Let them watch, if they must. Let them see the radiance of your happiness, the strength of your resolve. Let them witness the beauty of your journey, a journey they thought they could derail. And let them realize, with every step you take, that they have no place in your story anymore. For that is their ultimate punishment, not the loss of your forgiveness or your anger, but the loss of your attention. To be forgotten by the one they tried so desperately to break, to become a mere footnote in the narrative of your life, is a fate they never anticipated. And as they fade into irrelevance, you will continue to rise. You will continue to build, to thrive, to dream. For your story is far from over. It is a story of resilience, of triumph, of unyielding hope. It is a story that belongs to you and you alone. So let them wonder, endlessly, why peace eludes them. Let them search for answers that will never come. Let them wrestle with the shadows of their past. And you will sleep, you will dream, you will rise, for you are free and they are not. They lie awake at night, tangled in sheets that offer no comfort. The silence of the room is deafening, yet it carries the echoes of every lie they told, every cruel word they spoke, every betrayal they enacted. Their nights are not their own anymore, claimed instead by the ghosts of their choices. But you rest your head on your pillow, unburdened. Your dreams are vivid, your rest uninterrupted, for you are no longer tethered to their chaos. Freedom tastes like this: the absence of their name on your lips, the absence of their weight in your mind. There was a time when you replayed their actions endlessly, trying to make sense of their senselessness. There was a time when you carried their burdens as though they were your own, but no more. You have laid them down, left them behind. What remains now is not anger, not hatred, but clarity, a clarity they will never possess. And isn't that the cruelest twist of all? They sought to break you, yet they only broke themselves. They wanted you to feel small, powerless, lost. Instead, they revealed the strength you never knew you had. They made you confront the darkest parts of yourself, only for you to emerge brighter, stronger, more complete. And they are left with fragments of their own making, pieces that will never fit back together. Their sleepless nights are filled with questions they will never dare to voice. Why do the shadows seem darker now? Why does the silence hum with discontent? Why does peace slip through their fingers no matter how tightly they grasp? They will tell themselves it's coincidence, bad luck, the natural consequence of life. But deep down, they know. They know that what haunts them is not the world's doing, but their own. They wonder why they can no longer find solace in the things that once brought them comfort. Why the laughter they shared with others feels hollow. Why the moments of triumph taste bitter. It is because they cannot escape themselves. Wherever they go, there they are, accompanied by the weight of their choices. And you no longer care. Their suffering is not your concern. Their torment is not your responsibility. You have learned, through fire and trial, that their redemption is not your burden to carry. The energy you once spent on them, on understanding them, on forgiving them, on hating them, has been redirected toward yourself. You walk lighter now, freer. The world seems brighter, not because it has changed, but because you have. You notice things you once overlooked. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of a stranger, the quiet joy of a moment alone. You have reclaimed your life, moment by moment, piece by piece. It wasn't easy. The path to where you stand now was steep and rocky, marked by setbacks and stumbles. There were nights when you questioned whether the struggle was worth it, whether the pain would ever subside. But you kept going. You chose to rise, again and again, until rising became second nature. And now, you stand here, unshaken. You have built a life they can never touch, a sanctuary they can never enter. Your joy is yours, your peace is yours, your future is yours. They might try to re-enter your life one day. Perhaps they will come with apologies, with promises of change, with words meant to tug at the strings of your heart. But you know better. You have learned to see through the facade, to recognize the hollowness of their gestures. You have learned that forgiveness, while powerful, is not owed. It is a gift, and some are not deserving of it. Let them live with the weight of that truth. Let them face the reality that their actions have consequences they cannot escape. Let them come to terms with the fact that the peace they crave is beyond their reach, not because of you, but because of them. You owe them nothing, not your forgiveness, not your understanding, not your attention. Your life is no longer tethered to theirs. You have untangled yourself from their web, and in doing so, you have found freedom. Your days are filled with purpose now. The things they tried to take from you, your confidence, Your dreams, your light, have returned, stronger than ever. You wake each morning with a sense of possibility, a sense of hope. And oh, how beautiful it is to hope again, to dream again, to live again. Their nights, meanwhile, remain restless. The bed they made is one of thorns, and no matter how they shift, they cannot escape its sting. They wonder why their triumph feels so hollow, why their victories taste of ash. They wonder why the peace they once took for granted now feels like a distant memory. And you do not wonder. You know. You know that peace is not something that can be stolen or forced. It is earned, it is cultivated. It is the result of living with integrity, of choosing kindness even when it's difficult, of facing the world with an open heart. They chose another path, a path of deceit, of cruelty, of destruction, and now they must walk it alone. But you have chosen differently. You have chosen to rise, to heal, to grow. You have chosen to build a life that is yours and yours alone. And in doing so, you have claimed a victory greater than any they could ever imagine. For true victory is not in the defeat of others, but in the triumph of the self. It is in finding peace where there was once chaos, love where there was once pain, hope where there was once despair. It is in reclaiming your life, not as it was, but as it can be, a life full of promise, of beauty, of joy. And as you walk forward, unburdened and unafraid, let them remain where they are, trapped in the shadows of their own making. Let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them chase the sleep that will never come, the solace that will always be just out of reach. For you are free. They try to find distraction in their days, filling every hour with noise and tasks, as if they can outrun the shadows that stretch across their lives. But shadows are persistent. They do not need the light's permission to exist. In quiet moments, moments between tasks, between words, between breaths, those shadows creep back in. They pull at the edges of their mind, a gnawing reminder of what they've done, of who they've become. The irony is sharp, isn't it? They thought themselves the architects of your ruin, never realizing that their very efforts would be the blueprint for their own destruction. What they built was not a prison for you, but for themselves, a labyrinth of guilt, regret, and sleepless nights. You may have suffered, yes, but you were never confined. You walked free the moment you chose to let go, and what a choice it was. It wasn't easy, far from it. Forgiveness is often spoken of as a virtue, as if it should flow freely and unbidden. But there are some wounds too deep, some betrayals too profound, to be healed with the balm of simple forgiveness. For you, letting go was not about absolving them. It was about reclaiming yourself. It was about standing at the edge of a storm they created, looking out at the chaos they left behind, and deciding that you would not be defined by it. You chose not to carry their actions with you, not to let their cruelty dictate your future. You chose to release the anger, not because they deserved it, but because you did. Now, they are left to bear the weight of their own deeds, and what a heavy weight it is. They thought they were clever, that they could act without consequence. But the universe has its own sense of balance, its own way of settling scores. And now, they feel the scales tipping, the weight of their actions pressing down on them, suffocating them in ways they never expected. Do they think of you in those sleepless hours? Do they replay your face in their minds, your voice, your laughter? Do they remember the moments before they betrayed you, when trust was still intact, when you looked at them with love or respect or kindness? Or do they only see the aftermath, the pain etched into your features, the tears they caused? It doesn't matter anymore, does it? Their memories are theirs to bear, not yours. You have no obligation to their guilt, no responsibility for their regrets. They may wonder endlessly about what could have been, what might have been if they had chosen differently. But you are too busy living to concern yourself with their what-ifs. And oh, how you are living. The world feels vast again, full of possibilities that once seemed out of reach. There was a time when their actions made the world feel small, like every door was closed, every path blocked. But you've learned that the world is far bigger than their betrayal, far richer than their cruelty. You've discovered new doors, new paths. You've found strength in places you never thought to look, in the kindness of strangers, in the support of friends, in the quiet moments of solitude where you realize just how resilient you truly are. And as you move forward, as you build a life that is full and vibrant and yours, they remain trapped in the past. Their nights are haunted by what they've done, but their days are haunted by what they've lost. For that is the price of their actions, not just your trust, your presence, but the chance to share in the beauty of your life as it unfolds. Let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them chase it in vain, seeking solace in places where it cannot be found. Let them search for ways to absolve themselves, to rewrite the narrative, to make themselves the hero of a story where they are the villain. But the truth cannot be rewritten, no matter how they try. And you will not waste your time waiting for their apology, for their remorse. You will not waste your energy hoping for their redemption. You have learned that closure is not something they can give you. It is something you give yourself. Closure comes in the quiet moments, in the peace you feel when you realize their actions no longer have power over you. It comes in the laughter that bubbles up unexpectedly, in the joy you feel when you least expect it. It comes in the realization that you are whole, that you are enough, that you are free. And as you walk this path, as you embrace the life you've created, their absence becomes less and less significant. What once felt like a wound is now a scar, a mark of what you've endured, a reminder of what you've overcome. You are no longer the person they tried to break. You have grown, evolved, become someone stronger, wiser, more resilient. And that is their greatest failure. Not that they hurt you, but that they failed to destroy you. In the end, their story is one of self-inflicted torment, of a reckoning they brought upon themselves. And your story is one of triumph, of rising above, of finding light in the darkest of places. So let them wonder endlessly why peace eludes them. Let them search for answers they will never find. Let them lie awake at night, haunted by the shadows of their own making. And you will sleep, you will dream, you will rise. For you are free and they are not. The conclusion is simple. They did you dirty and now they pay the price. Sleep, my friends, with the comfort of knowing this truth. While they wrestle with the shadows they conjured, you have stepped into the light.